Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. 7:30 in the morning for me, because I'm traveling to Crawley Town's under-23s today. Hopefully it's going to be a good session, hopefully on a similar level to Brentford, and hopefully I'll be able to join this club for the remaining of the season, going into my trials in Holland confident and strong. But first things first, training with Crawley Town, and hopefully it's going to be a good one. I'll see you in a bit.
One day I will be playing on these pitches, but then for real, not for some under-23 team. Big things coming up, guys. So we're basically training on these pitches a bit. Hopefully it's a good session. So this is the first team training after we've finished.
Yes guys, so today I finished my first ever training session with Crawley Town's under-23s, and it was not really what I expected. It started off when I had to meet the manager at 10:30 in front of the stadium. He didn't even turn up himself till 11 o'clock, and literally half an hour later we kicked off our training session on the pitch that you just saw. Right, now let me start off by pointing three things out that really stood out in my opinion. The first thing was that the players were changing on the pitch itself. There was one changing room, but we had to share that one changing room with 30 players, so that was never going to work. The second thing that really stood out was the fact that all the players were just wearing their own clothes. There was no club clothing, nothing spectacular. And the third thing that really stood out in my opinion was the fact that they had only 5 footballs to train with. 5 footballs for a professional under-23s team, and they were training with 30 players. That really stood out. Anyway, I can see past that. I don't care if players wear their own clothes, as long as I have a good session, as long as I feel challenged, as long as I feel that I'm improving. I really don't care where we train, even if it's some farm or something. So I can see past that. Now let's go into the session. I started with the other 3 goalkeepers to do an individual goalie based session, and that was really good actually. One of the goalkeepers led it. I really like him, and it was a good standard. Like the other goalkeepers, they're all very good, and I felt challenged. I felt like I was working on things that I was bad at, and in the end that's what training is for, so I enjoyed that. But that was just 15 to 20 minutes. The remaining hour and a half which was left, we just played an 11-a-side match, and the standard was so poor. Like, it feels bad to say it, but an under-23s team professionally, you'd at least expect them to have a good level of training, you know, and that was just lacking for me, so that's a bit of a shame. I spoke about it with the manager afterwards, and he explained to me that the under-23s team have a very low budget, so that's why there were not a lot of balls. They all had their own clothing, and why they had to share just one change room together, and that's fine by me. I really don't care. I asked him though, like, is this the standard of the players? Because if that is the case, I need to look for somewhere else to play. Guys, in a month and a half, I need to be ready. I will be at a professional club, and the way I feel about myself right now is not good enough. I don't think I'm good enough right now. So I really need to get a tighter grip about this, and I need to be somewhere where I feel that I'm going to improve. I told this to the manager today, and he explained to me that today was not their normal session. There were a lot of trialists, and this was also the reason why the standard of play was so bad. He promised me that from the future forward the level is going to be much better, especially considering this is just the first year that the under-23s of Crawley Town has been set up. At the end of our conversation, he just told me to come down tomorrow again, and I've got my fingers crossed that tomorrow's session is going to be so much better, because guys, it's so hard to find a good club to train full time with in England. It's crazy. So for the time being, I'm definitely going to stick with Crawley, because like I said, the goalie sessions are very good there. I'm just worried about the team sessions. Anyway guys, I'm going to cut this video short. I hope you enjoyed this. Definitely let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.